So you've got the Python basics down, right? But do you ever feel like there's this huge, massive gap between the scripts you're writing and the professional, real-world applications you see out there? If that sounds familiar, you are in exactly the right place. In this explainer, we're diving into the Python Playground Industry Mastery course. And let me tell you, it's a complete roadmap designed to take you from Python learner to professional software engineer.
Okay, let's stop here for a second because this quote, it's everything. The real journey from being a learner to becoming a pro isn't about writing crazier, more complex code. It's about asking completely different questions. We're moving past does it work to will it last? Will it scale? Is it secure? That's the core transformation from just a code writer to a system builder, and it's the foundation of this entire course.
All right, so the very first step on this whole journey, it's all about rewiring your brain. It's about learning to think like a professional engineer before you even start tackling the really complex code. And this really lays it all out, doesn't it? For a learner, the win is just getting the script to run. You see that output, and it's a great feeling. But for a professional, the win is totally different. They're building something that can grow, something that's safe, and something that a teammate can actually understand 6 months from now. It's about playing the long game. And this course gets you into that long-term, big-picture thinking from day one. And look, you can't have a pro mindset without a pro toolkit, right? So this course jumps straight into the industry-standard tools that companies pretty much expect you to know. And we're not just talking theory here. You're going to get hands-on with Git for version control, Django for building really powerful web apps, and the whole shebang when it comes to taking an idea from design all the way to deployment. These aren't just nice-to-haves anymore. This is your ticket into the industry. So let's see how this all stacks up. Once that professional mindset is locked in, it's time to actually build out the engineer's toolkit, those practical skills you need to construct the complex, real-world applications that companies are looking for. Now, this is where we really get into the nitty-gritty, going way beyond just basic Python syntax. We're talking about leveling up your code to an industry-grade standard. For instance, mastering things like decorators and generators. That's not just some academic exercise. Think of them like reusable power-ups for your code. It's how you write clean, powerful functions that don't repeat themselves, which makes life so much easier for your entire team. This is the bedrock of building truly professional, scalable systems. All right, with those advanced Python skills under your belt, it's time to build something big. The course really zeroes in on Django, and for good reason. It's the framework trusted by giants like Instagram and Spotify. You're going to learn why its batteries-included style lets you build powerful, secure systems incredibly fast, getting them ready for actual users in no time. And this is so important. It's not just about the backend. The whole point is learning to build the entire system. You'll master deep Django concepts like the ORM and middleware, absolutely. But just as crucial, you'll learn how to plug that powerful backend into modern frontends like React or Vue by designing and building solid APIs. That's what full-stack thinking is all about. You know, this right here, this is probably the single biggest leap a developer ever makes in their career. It's moving from being someone who builds individual parts, like one single script, to becoming the architect of an entire system. You're not just writing lines of code anymore, you're designing how all the different pieces of a complex machine will fit and work together. This is where you really truly start to think like a software architect. Just take a look at this. This is exactly how the pros structure a big application. It's not one giant, tangled file. It's a clean, logical collection of independent modules. You've got an accounts app, a billing app, an API app. Each one does one job, and it does it well. This kind of modular design is the secret sauce for building systems that can actually grow and be maintained for years. Okay, so you've done it. You've built this amazing, complex application on your own computer. Awesome. But now what? This next part tackles what is often the single biggest hurdle for self-taught developers, getting your creation off your machine and into the hands of real users. This is where we launch into the real world. This is the secret sauce of modern software delivery. It's what's known as a CI/CD pipeline, continuous integration and continuous deployment. It's basically an automated assembly line that grabs your code, tests it, packages it all up, and pushes it out to the world. And it's not just for convenience. It's how modern tech companies prevent bugs and roll out updates without breaking a sweat. And listen, pushing your code live, that's not the finish line, not even close. A real professional takes ownership of their application's entire life.
That means you're monitoring for errors in real time, you're tracking performance to make sure it's fast, and you're making sure the system is always up and running for your users. This is the difference between just launching a project and actually running a service.
And all of this stuff we've been talking about, the modular design, the DevOps, it all culminates right here when you start building modern software as a service or SaaS products. The course shows you how to design these systems to be secure from the very first line of code and how to plan for growth so your app doesn't just fall over the moment you get your first 1,000 or 100,000 users. It's all about building for the future, not just for today. All right, we're at the final stage, and honestly, this might be the most important part of the whole thing, putting it all into practice. This is where you take everything you've learned and prove to yourself and to any potential employer that you are 100% industry ready. And I mean that literally. This isn't just a catchphrase. This part of the journey is specifically designed to pull you out of the textbook and throw you into the trenches, solving the kind of messy, complicated problems you're going to face every single day in a real tech job. And to help you do that, the course comes with a whole mastery kit. You're not just getting a bunch of lectures. You're getting practical, hands-on resources. We're talking real-world code files, guided labs, and mini projects that you can finish, tweak, and use to build out a professional portfolio that really shows what you can do. And we're not talking about simple textbook problems here. The challenges you'll face are meant to feel just like the day-to-day work of a real software engineer. You'll be tuning performance, hunting down tricky bugs, and even patching security holes. This is what builds true confidence and gets you ready for the technical interviews and the real challenges of the job. So, after you've gone through that whole journey, from shifting your mindset, to building and deploying, to tackling real-world problems, well, this statement here, it's not just some motivational quote anymore. It's your new reality. You've actually made the transition. You're no longer just someone who codes, you are a software engineer. So if there's one thing you take away from all this, it's that this course is all about bridging that gap. It's designed to be that final, crucial step that takes you from being someone who knows Python to being a software engineer who uses Python to build valuable, robust, professional systems that actually solve real-world problems. So in the end, it really all boils down to this one question. The path from learner to professional is about so much more than code. It's about a whole new way of thinking, of building, of creating. So, are you ready to take that step?